Welcome to Fox 54 News at 6. I'm Logan Alexandra Russell. It's the second day of 2026, and that means it's time to get ready to file your taxes. But what changes can you expect before sending everything to the IRS? Fox 54 spoke with one local accounting firm about what to look for when filing.
A lot of people were worried about was a lot of things changing that aren't going to change now. And so tax rates were going to go up and a lot of other related changes. So those are not going to happen. Everything's going to be similar to what it was in the past.
Joseph Bearden with Bearden Stroud and Associates spoke with Fox 54 about what changes you will see.
There's some new deductions that we can claim in 2025. You can deduct part of your overtime pay. That's actually a change for federal. Alabama income tax was going the opposite direction on that. Overtime pay was tax exempt for Alabama, but became taxable in July 2025. In addition to the overtime pay, starting in 2025, you can take a deduction for your tips if you receive tip income. You can also get a deduction if you are age 65 or older, $6,000 per taxpayer.
Bearden says making payment on a car could help you when filing.
There's a new deduction starting this year as well for interest on cars, but it's got to be an American-made car.
He adds one change for small business owners can impact filings for the year.
The biggest thing for businesses is the return of bonus depreciation at 100%. That means you can buy a big piece of equipment and write off the whole cost in 1 year instead of spreading it out. So that's a nice option for a lot of businesses.
As we head further into the new year, you might want to think ahead for some new changes that may make you spend money a little differently.
There's some limitations on some of the deductions for high-income people. Some of the charitable donations are better if you don't itemize, but worse if you do itemize. So there's some changes there. Also, some business meals won't be deductible anymore for businesses.
And if you need more time to get your paperwork together before the deadline, Bearden says it's important to be timely.
Your tax guy may be a little busy, may not be able to get to it. We have a deadline that you have to get the information by a certain date in order for us to finish the tax return on time. You may actually miss out on some deductions because you were in a rush and you forgot this deduction or that deduction that you didn't claim.
In Huntsville, Gabe Glassman, Fox 54 News.
So we're going to bring in Fox 54 reporter Carson Keel, who assisted Gabe Glassman with this story. So Carson, what more did you learn when researching this story?
So it was really interesting. I actually got into the side of, okay, cryptocurrency. That's been really huge, and that's been something that's been really unique with taxes. When I actually did speak with Joseph a little bit regarding the story when doing the research on it, and they're actually getting ready to basically do what's called a digital asset 1099, which basically, if you are someone who maybe you don't have any cryptocurrency that's not through a brokerage or some other kind of firm, then you can actually basically file it for yourself through this 1099, and basically you fill out that information, and that's how you send in any gains you got with cryptocurrency.
Okay, cool. So when it comes to like the bonus depreciation for businesses, are there any limits that have to be followed?
So it's actually really interesting. He said, when I also spoke with Joseph about this, basically it's equipment, things like that, but very limited amounts of real estate. So you can't exactly just go buy a bunch of land and say, all right, I'm going to write this off. It's more for equipment and other business needs.
Well, thank you, Carson. I greatly appreciate you joining me.
It's no problem. Thank you.
The rain returned today, as you can see, lots of clouds and even a few raindrops. Let's bring in Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman to hear just how long the rain is going to be with us.
Yeah, rain's going to continue for the next several hours, really through the rest of the evening, and then even as we head into the overnight. Live look out over the parkway this evening. Steady rain falling. We're looking northbound on Memorial Parkway. That would be up towards Meridianville, up towards Hazel Green. The good news here, despite the wet roadways, the traffic does appear to be moving smoothly. Always a little bit of good news when it's dark outside and it's raining to see that the traffic is moving with relative ease. Some of us have picked up a decent amount of rain over the last several hours. Rain moved into the Tennessee Valley somewhere between 12 o'clock this afternoon and 1 o'clock this afternoon. Huntsville International Airport has picked up 28/107 inch, as have our friends in Arab, Albertville, and Coleman. We've seen a little bit more over in northwest Alabama. Florence has seen nearly a half an inch of rain. Russellville has seen 37/107 inch. Slightly lower totals for the time being over in northeast Alabama. Those are going to continue to climb, though, through the rest of the evening. Widespread rain continues across the entire Tennessee Valley. Valley up across southern Middle Tennessee, maybe some moderate precipitation across Morgan County down into Coleman County, southern Marshall County, some moderate to at times heavier precipitation. Like I said, this is going to continue for the next several hours, but then what about the weekend and next week? We'll talk about it in just a couple of minutes.
The body of a missing 4-year-old boy from Walker County has been found. Jonathan Boley was last seen Tuesday morning on Highway 195 near Manchester. Jonathan was found today about 2 miles from the home of his father alongside his dog, Buck, who was found alive next to him.
Jonathan was an adventurous boy, and he loved the outdoors. I ask you to be respectful to the family. You know, this is going to be a very hard time. It's going to be a very hard time for our community.
Jonathan's father was arrested after explosives were found at his home. He's also charged with chemical endangerment of a child. But none of these charges are connected to his son's disappearance. A cause of death has not yet been released. We're learning police visited the home of a man multiple times before he was involved in a deadly shooting. Stephen McCulloch was shot and killed in the 1100 block of Highway 36 yesterday. According to a witness who lived at the residence, Roger Clayton had been drinking heavily and got into an argument on New Year's Eve. Morgan County deputies had responded to the home 3 separate times that night. The witness told investigators they overheard Clayton make verbal threats to shoot McCulloch. On New Year's Day, the witness says they were in their bedroom when they heard a gunshot. Clayton now faces a murder charge. And a motorcyclist was injured after a crash earlier today. HPD says the crash happened near the intersection of Wall Triana and Capshaw Road around noon. HPD says the motorcycle driver was taken to the hospital in critical condition. The condition of the other driver is not known at this time. Well, if you use Huntsville Utility Services and you're behind on your utility bills, you may want to listen up. Huntsville Utilities says the company will resume charging late fees and disconnecting services for unpaid accounts starting January 5th. According to Huntsville Utilities, the company paused late fees and disconnects while they transitioned to a new billing system and extended the suspension during the government shutdown. Customers who are concerned about paying their accounts are asked to call or email Huntsville Utilities directly. For more information, go to FOX54.com. The town of Triana is resuming water service disconnections and late fees this month. The town stopped charging for these services back in October as a temporary relief measure in response to the federal shutdown that affected many of us. Officials are advising you to bring your accounts up to date. If you need assistance, you can contact the Town of Triana Water Department at the number on your screen. That is 256-772-0151. The new year is kicking off with a couple of big celestial events happening this month. The first is a wolf moon, which will grace the skies this weekend. The wolf moon is 2026's first supermoon, which is a full moon that's closer than normal to Earth and seems larger and brighter in the sky. But the full moon's light will make it harder to see the second event. The light will make it harder to see the second event, the quadrantid meteor shower. The meteor shower will reach peak activity Saturday evening. Astronomers say the shower will be active through January 16th. And NASA is looking to the moon next year as a rocket with ties to Huntsville is just a few weeks away from a critical test flight. The Artemis 2 mission is scheduled to lift off as early as February. For 10 days, 4 astronauts will live aboard the spacecraft as it orbits the moon. However, the crew won't land on the moon's surface. Instead, they will test the ship's system to ensure astronauts can land on the moon later this decade. The Marshall Space Flight Center had a hand in building the rocket, including the flight software you see here. And the U.S. Space and Rocket Center is lifting off this new year with a new mission. The center announced 2026 is the year of the explorer. The theme celebrates the upcoming Artemis 2 lunar mission, which will return humans to orbit the moon.
We're really excited about that launch. One thing that we will be doing, and the entire community will be invited, is to join us here at the Space and Rocket Center for a launch party. So whatever day or night, we will be here, and we'll open the doors to the Saturn V Hall for that launch so that we can all gather together as a community and be proud of the accomplishments of what we're able to do here in Huntsville, Alabama, to send human beings to the moon.
Throughout the year, the center will host special events and educational programs highlighting the impact of space camp exploration on modern day.
From national security, to productivity, to even the ability to sustain our lives in power consumption and everything else.
This is how AI is transforming the way businesses are operating. We'll tell you what fields it's growing in. And a young Athens student is showing off a new creation, and it's a fun way to learn, and that's coming up next. From restaurants to hotels and even warehouses, artificial intelligence is becoming more common, but it's not a robot takeover. Machines are increasing in number for industries short on humans. Fox News correspondent Brooke Taylor has details from South Lake, Texas.
Please tell me the destination.
From customer service bots to cleaning and delivery bots, Fox News gets a look at the future of AI and how robots are changing the way we work and live.
It's expanding and keep accelerating.
Robot Lab, which is headquartered in Texas, has locations across the country. They house over 50 types of robots, and they don't just supply the bots, but help businesses understand how to use AI to boost efficiency.
Do you think that one day our competition is going to be a robot like that behind you?
So it's not that robots are taking jobs, robots are filling the gap. People just are not interested in the entry-level positions, especially when we're talking about pushing carts, moving food in restaurants, cleaning floors.
Industries like nursing homes are using AI bots to engage with dementia patients. Restaurants and hotels are using them to deliver food and act as a concierge service. And warehouses are using them to help sort boxes. The cleaning bots are the most popular, sweeping hundreds of thousands of square feet per day. But Robot Lab CEO Alad Imbar says humanoid bots like this one are the future of AI.
Pepper uses cameras, microphones, and touch sensors to see.
Probably in a couple of years, I'll start seeing humanoid robots that are capable and actually valuable for everyone's life. You can get your maid, your cook, your housekeeper, and everything. It's just there and does everything for you.
Recently, President Trump signed an executive order aimed at preventing states from over-regulating AI. Inbar says this is key for keeping businesses competitive in the AI race, especially against China.
It affects everything from national security, to productivity, to even the ability to sustain our lives in power consumption and everything else. So these are the things that we need AI to solve for us, to work with, because if you're not first, you are last.
And before we go, I want to introduce you to the Robo-Dog. He is here and ready to show off his tricks. In South Lake, Texas, Brooke Taylor, Fox News.
The Red Cross needs your help. They're looking for more blood donors in Huntsville. We'll tell you what blood types are needed.
Radar picking up on a fair amount of precipitation this evening. This activity is going to continue for the next several hours. We do see some improvement as we head into the weekend and then as we head into next week as well. We'll talk about it in a couple of minutes.
A surprise birthday gift for an Athens 5-year-old is turning into an inspirational story for young readers across the Tennessee Valley. Athens City School educator Fatima Jackson celebrated her daughter Mackenzie Beth's birthday today at the public library, but it wasn't just about cake and balloons. It's also about helping kids to learn. I went out to see what it was all about. For parents searching for a healthy alternative to screen time, a new inspiration is coming from a local child herself. 5-year-old Kinsey Beth is the face of the Inspired Thinker Rookie brand. She is the creator of a new interactive coloring book designed to boost character and literacy for kids ages 5 through 10. Her mother, Fatima Jackson, says the platform blends creative resources with online tutoring in math and reading. Mackenzie Beth says she wants everyone to feel inspired by her book and its characters.
I want other people to be like me, like a reader, like Rosie, to Kinsey Beth and Phil Ollie.
The brand's e-commerce platform officially launches on Monday. There, parents can find the Rookie Bundle and sign up for tutoring sessions. The bundle includes a set of instructions, a coloring book, a bracelet, some stationery items, and a t-shirt. The brand is also looking to partner with local schools by offering creative art fundraising activities. If you want to learn more about Inspired Thinker Rookie and Kinsey Beth's journey, visit FOX54.com.
Now, the Tennessee Valley's certified most accurate forecast from the FOX54 Weather Impact Team.
There are plenty of clouds in the sky today. We also saw some showers as well. You can just see no sun right now, but to speak about it and to hear about it, it's going to clear up. Is it going to clear up this weekend, Jordan?
Yeah, we're going to get a little bit of improvement this weekend. Now I have a completely off-topic question because I love a good off-topic question. What is your definition of a lot of snow? If somebody were to say we're getting a lot of snow tomorrow, what constitutes as a lot?
A lot of snow for me, especially growing up in Virginia. It has to be at least knee deep.
So we're talking like 6 to 7 inches
Yes.
in one sitting.
Yes.
Okay, so if we ever get snow here in North Alabama, you are like fully prepared.
Oh, definitely, yes. I'm so used to it at this point. I honestly am. Being from Virginia, we used to see snow every winter. Now it doesn't snow as often, but when I was younger, it did.
Okay. Well, it's good to know you'd be prepared because on occasion we do get a little bit of snow. We got a little bit of snow this day 4 years ago. This picture was taken out in Cliff Farm. Now, the Huntsville International Airport picked up right around 2.9 inches of snow, which by no means constitutes as a lot. And I agree. My definition of a lot is somewhere between 6 and 7 inches of snow in kind of one sitting. 2.9 inches of snow is just a pretty amount of snow. But I also understand, I've lived here long enough to understand that here, 2.9 inches of snow is a lot of snow, and it has a really large impact across North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee. And what was interesting about this particular round of snow was we got 2.9 inches of snow over the course of about an hour and a half or 2 hours. Our friends over in Northwest Alabama saw a little bit more, and our friends up across southern Middle Tennessee also saw a little bit more. But then what was even more interesting about this particular round of snow, January 1st, of 2022. This was taken on the 2nd of 2022. January 1st, we were tracking severe weather and had a couple of confirmed tornadoes across the Tennessee Valley. I believe the high temperature was like 75 or 77 degrees at the Huntsville International Airport. Now, typically we do get a little bit of snow in the month of January, right around 1.1 inches. We also get a lot of rain, right around 4.89 inches of rain, which is what we've been talking about this afternoon and now this evening. Live look out over the Parkway. Good news here. Despite the wet roadways, traffic does seem to be moving smoothly. That's always nice. Many of us have picked up anywhere between 1/4 of an inch of rain to right around 1/2 an inch of rain ever since the rain first moved in, somewhere between 12 and 1 o'clock this afternoon. We're still talking about that widespread rain across all of North Alabama, southern Middle Tennessee, and it's going to stick with us for the next several hours. But eventually, we are going to begin to dry out. Here's Futurecast as we head into the middle part of Saturday morning. Relatively dry. A couple of light showers might develop through the later part of the morning, early into the afternoon, but I think that activity is going to be difficult to come by. We're really going to begin to lose the cloud cover as we head into Saturday evening and then through the course of the overnight, early into your Sunday morning. So during that time frame, temperatures are actually going to do a fairly good job at dropping off. From there, we maintain the sunshine as we head into Sunday afternoon. Slight increase in cloud cover, but that's negligible at best. Monday morning, we're talking about a beautiful clear sky as everybody heads back to work. I don't believe the kids head back to school until Tuesday, which, by the way, I do have a small opportunity for rain in the forecast. Better opportunity on Wednesday. Best chances of rain going to come Thursday and Friday, where we're also likely going to get some thunderstorms thrown into the mix as well. Temperatures currently sitting in the upper 40s, lower 50s. They're not going to move much as we head into the overnight, maybe only another 3 or 4 degrees. With the cloud cover and the rain, we're going to struggle to fall much lower than the mid and upper 40s. 58 on Saturday, 51 degrees on Sunday. Now, while we are going to be cooler on Sunday, I think Sunday is going to be the winner just because we get more sunshine. 60 degrees on Monday, 65, 67, Tuesday, Wednesday. But again, as we head into the later part of next week, we're going to begin to increase the opportunities for rain. 70 degrees next Thursday and Friday. But again, likely going to rain.
Calling all blood donors, the Red Cross needs your help to give blood to those in need. The Red Cross says they're especially in need of type O, A negative, and B negative blood donors. If you want to help, there will be an opportunity to donate tomorrow and another one on Sunday at the Huntsville Blood Donation Center at 1015 Airport Road from 8:30 a.m. to 3:15 p.m. As a special thank you, donors will receive an exclusive Red Cross long sleeve t-shirt while supplies last.
Well, quarterback Ty Simpson was replaced in the third quarter of Alabama's blowout loss in the Rose Bowl. We now know that was injury related, and we're going to discuss next in sports.
Fox 54 Sports is sponsored by Alpha Insurance.
Good evening and welcome to sports. It was an ugly loss in the Rose Bowl, and the injury to quarterback Ty Simpson was the icing on top of a cake that you just don't ever have to eat. Second quarter, Bama down 10, showing life for maybe the second time all game, but that all comes crumbling down as Ty Simpson scrambles, was crushed by an Indiana defensive player, resulting in a fumble, but what we later learned was a fractured rib. The Hoosiers then took their turnover momentum and made it a 17-0 game going into halftime. And at that point, let's be honest, we all knew this one was over. Simpson valiantly gave it a shot in the second half, but the third quarter Alabama head coach Kalen DeBoer decided enough was enough, and he sat him down with the injury surely on his mind.
We treated him there at halftime, and he gave it a series, and just I know he feels like he let down the team, and there's no way that that's the case. He went out there and tried to battle, and that's who he is. And so I'm never going to let that, be a thing where, he let us down in any way. And so, making sure he knows that.
We'll learn more about Ty Simpson's future in the coming days, whether he returns to college or goes pro. But we're learning about other guys today. Jalen Mbakwe, for instance, has entered the transfer portal. The former five-star defensive back turned wide receiver was considered one of the biggest returnees heading into 2025, but he recorded just 3 catches, largely played special teams when on the field. The Clay native will be classified as a junior next season. And some other names, in total 8 Bama players have entered or are expected to enter the transfer portal for On 3 Sports. Mostly nothing to see here. 5 of these, including Mbakwe, announced today. And the new names, they all saw little action this past season. Running back Richard Young, likely the highest career impact, scoring 5 touchdowns over the last 3 seasons. Logan Alexander.
Coming up tonight on Fox 54 News, a search for a missing 4-year-old Jasper boy ends in tragedy after he was found dead near his home. The details ahead. And health insurance costs are rising as Congress fails to pass a bill extending Affordable Care Act subsidies. We will tell you how it will affect the Tennessee Valley. And an Athens student is showcasing a new and fun way to learn. We'll meet this 6-year-old girl tonight on Fox 54 News. Thousands of people jumped into the ice-cold water of Washington State in the hopes of breaking the Guinness Book of World Record for the largest polar bear plunge ever recorded. Norway currently holds the record with just over 3,000 participants, but one person at Thursday's plunge says they had nearly 5,000 take part. To count, participants had to follow a few rules, including remaining waist deep in the water for at least a full minute, and they're still waiting for official word from the Guinness Book of World Records to see if they broke that record.
If you went through all that effort and you didn't break the record,
yes,
you know what you are, Jordan? It starts with an S. Stupid.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were going to say.
Brave. You're thinking brave, valiant.
No.
What were you thinking?
I'm thinking that I would never do it.
Yeah.
So,
So neither of you have ever done polar plunges?
Oh no, I have no desire to. But you know what? Kudos to those who do.
It wouldn't be that bad here.